your first, I guess, iteration that was pretty much on track? Or is there a danger of that happening? Yeah.
Well, if we move over to the next slide, I'll explain how that
Sure.
process works.
Let's do that. There you go.
Great. So in terms of working ADDIE into the Agile methodology, I've got the Lean Startup model here from Eric Ries. If you haven't read this, absolutely get onto it and read it. It's a fantastic read. But being able to apply the whole process into this cycle really helped to define early on what the learning needs were. So basically, you start out with your analysis, and say, for instance, in that rapport building workshop, I went out to, I sat down and I worked out some activities that I could use in an experiential workshop. So from there, I go out and I test my ideas with my clients, generate hypotheses around the impact on the learning outcomes that this activity would have. I gain feedback. I talk to them about how the team members themselves would, how they would accept that. Is it a good fit culturally for them? Is it going to challenge their mindset, or does it complement them? So gaining that feedback, I can then determine the viability of that particular activity without having really built anything out, and make the decision, is it worth persevering with, or do I pivot and go back to the drawing board? So based on that feedback, if the idea floats, then we go into the build mode. So then I build out at what's called an MVP, or a minimum viable product. Put very little time and effort into